Hello, we are the channel, Let's Go to Portugal. My name is Renato, and in partnership with my wife Rita, we decided to evaluate what it is like to have a prolonged experience of living in Europe, making a temporary and legalized move to Portugal in 2024. As we are a retired couple aged 50 plus, we understand that we have different characteristics from most immigrants who leave Brazil to settle in Portugal. The main one is that we are not moving permanently. To achieve this, we kept our house set up and on hold in Brazil. As we have a stable source of income in Brazil, we will not need to look for work in Portugal. An important factor for us is that we do not want to give up the standard of housing we have in Brazil, but rather add and take advantage of the advantages of being in a European country. In our previous videos we presented a summary of the entire process of obtaining a residence visa in Portugal. This process was completed on November 7, 2023, for D7 and D6 type visas, which were issued with expiration dates from April 1 to July 29, 2024. It was informed at the time that these 120 days refer to an already approved pre-residency, and that upon arrival in Portugal, we should apply for a residence permit at the AIMA body. In short, our request for D7 and D6 residence visas was analyzed and approved in just 15 days, compared to the approximately 90 days we had anticipated. This way, we had 5 months to plan our trip to Portugal. As already mentioned, we were in Portugal during the months of August and September 2023, visiting the regions of Porto, Lisbon and Algarve at the time. We took the opportunity to evaluate the regions and cities mentioned in one of our first videos, the one in which we identified the main regions for housing in Portugal. We recommend checking out this video for a broader understanding of our analysis. For more detailed information, also check out our blog, vamospraportugal.com. We will leave the links in the description. We had already decided that our personal choice for a home in Portugal would be the Algarve region, mainly due to its mild climate, its stunning beaches and its more relaxed lifestyle. We remember that this region has been a very good choice. Popular among retirees, Brazilians and foreigners, who seek a more relaxed lifestyle in Portugal. We consider that for the initial period of knowledge and evaluation in 2024, the best option for us would be to re-rent the same Airbnb apartment in Lisbon, the one we used in 2023 and which we really liked, but this time we will stay for a longer period, so we can refine with more time for the final choice of the region or city, and the possible property that will be rented in our first year in Portugal. We arrived in Lisbon on April 1 and our immigration clearance was simple and quick. We just presented the passport containing the issued residence visa. For our first week we rented a car from Sixt Rent-A-Car company. This made it very easy for us to travel with our suitcases to the apartment, our first supermarket purchases, and also some small tourist trips to cities close to Lisbon. For our daily commutes in the city of Lisbon, we load credits onto the Navigant card. The same one we had purchased during our September 2023 stay. This is a single ticket system, which allows you to use the bus and metro network for 1 hour, at a reduced cost of €1.55. This first week we tried to obtain our residence authorization, however the immigration agency, AIMA, is showing instability in its service to immigrants in general. It is currently not possible to receive assistance in person in Lisbon, as all contact is directed to telephone assistance, which has proven to be unfeasible, as calls are not completed. In fact, this is a difficulty currently faced by around 400,000 immigrants in Portugal. As an alternative, we sought service at AIMA in Odivelas, which is a city close to Lisbon and which has a service center in the Strata Outlet Shopping Center. There we were instructed to apply online at cplp.sef.pt for the CPLP residence authorization for consular visa holders. This residence authorization is specific to citizens of Portuguese-speaking countries that have an agreement with Portugal, and is a document in A4 format, which can be printed by the applicant and has an initial validity of 1 year. We issued this document because the news about the regularization of assistance to immigrants by AIMA is not yet encouraging at this time, May 2024. This document has an issuance cost of €15 and has the same effect as the traditional authorization in Portugal. However, it is not yet fully known by some institutions, and mainly, it is not recognized by the European Union as an official residence document in Portugal, for purposes of free movement in the Schengen area, which is an agreement that allows the free movement of citizens between 26 European countries. Therefore, to travel outside of Portugal we must meet the tourist requirements of each country, as long as we do not have the traditional authorization on a physical card. Another important document is the NIF, Tax Identification Number, which we made through a tax representative. This service is provided by lawyers at a cost of €150. As we are staying at Airbnb, it is not possible to have proof of address in our name. This has made it impossible to obtain a user number in the SNS, the National Health System, as proof of address needs to be done by presenting a rental contract, or invoices for water, electricity, or telecommunication services. An alternative would be to obtain the proof of address, which is issued by the parish council, a municipal body in the neighborhood, but each council has different requirements, the main one being the presentation in person of 2 witnesses who are residents and voters in the parish. As our intention has always been to have private health insurance, we have now abandoned obtaining the SNS user number, and take out health insurance with the company Advance Care. It was also necessary to open a bank account to debit the health insurance installments. We chose Banco CTT due to its proximity to our current home, and its low annual account maintenance cost, which is €20. Following our objectives in this extended stay, we are experiencing the day-to-day life of living in Portugal, learning some of its customs, its culture, and visiting historic and picturesque places. Little by little we get to know the main points of Lisbon, but without the rush of a traditional tourist, who needs to optimize their travel time and visit as many places as possible per day. On our car trips around the country, we sometimes try to avoid the main highways by taking side roads, which pass through small towns with traditional Portuguese charm. These roads also help save toll costs. During this period we have already visited some of those cities or places that stood out in our initial planning, whether for housing or tourism. Wait for our next videos, and also our posts on the VamosPraPortugal.com blog. We hope to collect a lot of updated information about documentation in Portugal, and also about the process of searching and renting a property that meets our requirements. Thank you very much for accompanying us on our immigration journey to Portugal. We ask you to subscribe and share our channel with friends. Also leave your like, this will help us to disseminate more information and tips about the immigration process for a retiree to Portugal. So what? Let's go to Portugal? We are already here.